everyone, welcome Matic TV. Special video, well not special video, but something a bit different, or an unplanned video, I would say, more than anything else. Just listening while driving around doing work, got a little bit of a spare time, bit of a gap in between appointments, and listening to the radio there, and just by chance, hot topic at the moment amongst a lot of United fans. I've talked about it a lot, everyone has talked about it a lot, we've talked about it on the United stand as well, is the Donny van de Beek situation right now, and the media and what they're building up, making us think what we're thinking, the unhappiness, what's been said. I personally did a video, I've not put it out there, for the warm-up, where it looked like at Wolves, Donny van de Beek looked like a bit of a lost sheep, looked like he was sort of like the new kid on the playground sort of thing there in the warm-up. Didn't look like he was completely happy, and players' personas and sort of how players come across can be misleading, obviously. I don't know, we don't know, no one knows about Donny van de Beek and how he feels inside, but one person who does know is Donny van de Beek's agent. Now, I've not listened to what he previously said when it was said that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer convinced the agent and Donny van de Beek of the project and how he wanted him to be involved in Manchester United. And I didn't quite believe it, because we were hearing on transfer deadline day and all around deadline day and everything like that with Donny van de Beek was he's been denied a move to Everton. It's all over Sky, it's all over the newspapers. They're all saying that United have stopped a possible move for Donny van de Beek to go to Everton. All United fans are thinking, oh, poor Donny, should be given a chance and this and that. Well, at the end of the day, sometimes the player has to come out and speak and actually hold his own. And if that player doesn't come out and say anything, that player doesn't go up and knock on the manager's door, then what can the manager do? The manager's got to do his manager's job, and if he's talking to Donny that we don't know about, and Donny van de Beek is okay with the situation moving forward, then who are we to start berating the manager and saying he's being treated unfairly? I think we are being led by the media, the mainstream media, and what they're putting out there now, because I've just listened to a full interview with Donny van de Beek's agent, and first time I've listened to him actually talk, and compared to a lot of other agents, seems to talk a lot of sense. To be honest, an awful lot of sense. And he's basically saying Donny van de Beek understands the situation. Donny van de Beek is at Manchester United, and yes, he doesn't anticipate having to wait for his chance this long, but he is all too willing to knuckle down and wait for his opportunity, earn his way into the team. And yes, some people will say it's been a year already. Well, United did sign him for 5 years, so you'd expect Ole to at least given him some time, and Donny van de Beek to actually got some game time. But obviously we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but we have been led by the media, like I said then, on this. And listening to his agent this morning, he's saying, look, Donny van de Beek is making the next steps. It was a massive move to go from the Dutch league to the Premier League, the best league in the world, the hardest league in the world, and I think he's physically the toughest league in the world to handle as well. So that added to the mental side of things. I think some players adapt quicker, the likes of Bruno, players like that, no problem at all. Do you know what I mean? We've seen the way Varane slotted in. Some are slightly different. We obviously see the talent, and everyone knows the talent that Donny's got. We may just not be seeing it for a little while longer. It may be the season, and I think we have to see out this season to see how he comes in, and then maybe start judging it again. I wasn't, and I made it very clear in games last season, happy with the way Donny van de Beek was thrown on for like 2 minutes here and there. But then again, we are fans, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, we can only give our opinions on what we see. But first time I've actually heard his agent, and it has sort of just changed my mind a little bit on how the situation is. And I'm thinking now, obviously we have had the wool pulled over our eyes slightly with what's been going on behind the scenes by the media and everything that's been built up just to make a drab deadline day, which it was. There wasn't much going on. The big news was a few days before, obviously. I think United made the transfer window what it was. Without United, it would have been a dull one. But for me, it now does look like they've just built this up to be another story on the end. Donny van de Beek has said, and his agent has come out today and said, look, Donny van de Beek is happy at Manchester United. Donny van de Beek is willing to fight for his chance and wait for his chance. More importantly, he's willing to wait and take his opportunity. Now, we haven't seen it yet. We know he's been under this new fitness regime, bulking up, getting stronger, maybe getting sharper over the summer, and that is all good and well. We're not seeing it in full fruition. It did look good in pre-season, and that's when Ollie's used, but I think Ollie just needed to get off to a good start. And like Donny's agent said, he said, look, the manager has to do his job, the player has to do his. Maybe Donny van de Beek, and this was his agent talking, hasn't performed to his full capabilities, or was not fully prepared for what the Premier League was. His mindset is still the same, and he's still in the same sort of he still has the same sort of goals going forward, and he wants to play for Manchester United. But Ollie, at the start of the season, really had no room for error. He's played strong teams, he's played what he knows has played before. I know we all berate that, and there's no excuse for Fred, honestly. Still, I'm not backing Ollie here on the fact that he's played Fred. I'd probably, if you was unsure about Donny van de Beek, I'd have still played Matic over Fred. So I'm not helping Ollie out here, or I'm not saying that Fred is better than Donny van de Beek by any stretch of the imagination. I think the only thing United fans wanted to see was Donny van de Beek given a fair crack. And what is fair, we don't know. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But obviously today, and listening to that interview, it is quite clear that Donny hasn't been himself. Donny hasn't anticipated the toughness, the mental side of it, the physical games week in, week out, and added to that, that's just the Premier League, added to that the pressure of Manchester United. There may be a time this season when Donny van de Beek comes in, and you know what, I will probably reserve judgment and comment on this properly until maybe 3/4 of the way through the season, or even halfway through this season. I expect to see Donny get some game time, and hopefully he takes his opportunity. Hopefully he gets in against West Ham in a couple of weeks in the Carabao Cup, because I can't see him starting against Newcastle. I really can't. West Ham in the league, I don't see that one. The young boys, possibly. Champions League night, although the pressure will be on Ollie to make sure he qualifies again. So again, like Donny's agent said, the manager has to do his job. It's now down to Donny to make the manager's job difficult. So when that chance comes around for Donny this time, and he will get one, I think then we can judge Ollie and say, look, Ollie, what more do you want from the man? He's come on, he's played well, he's done this, he's done that. Does he not deserve a chance then in the next game? Does he not deserve a chance a bit longer on the pitch? Or maybe starting a game and coming off after an hour if it's not going right? You know what I mean? Because it couldn't have been any worse than Fred. And obviously Fred, I think, is still trying to learn himself. And he's been here, God, what, 4 years? So we're seeing it. Fred hardly played a game when he first came to United. Maybe we're seeing the same with Donny, but maybe we're going to get a better Donny with the way that we've brought him through. I think Ollie's handled certain players really, really well. I think Ollie's handled the likes of Greenwood superbly, I've got to admit. And now Greenwood's reaping the rewards. He really is. And I think we may be seeing that with Donny. It would just shed a whole new light on it for me, and I just wanted to put it out there and get your guys' opinions. It is a really good listening to his agent, and like I said, a breath of fresh air listening to that type of agent who's actually said, look, it's now down to Donny. We're not looking to find a move, we're looking to find the solution and find out why it's happened. We've sat down, we've spoke with Ollie, we know where we stand, and he's battered that up again today. We know where we stand. Donny knows what he wants to do. He's prepared to do what he needs to do. And is that just the end of subject? Or are we looking to try and dig Ollie out again? I want to try and balance it more, because, yeah, I do have criticisms of Ollie, but there are some people who just won't have him at all, no matter what he does, and are using certain subjects like this, for instance, to actually try and dig him out. And that's what I want to balance right. You all know I have my critiques of Ollie, but I'm not one to go all in just for the sake of it, because I don't like the way we've played. Yes, the pressure's on this season. I've said it myself. His job is up for debate big time if he doesn't win a trophy this season. You can't go that long and have that much backing and not provide anything, not produce the goods. So, yeah, that judgment will come this year. Everyone knows that. And the way it's gone about with his new contract, blah de blah, everyone knows again how I put it across. I wasn't happy with it. I thought he could have just stayed this summer. But then again, some people would argue against it. If he's getting all this money, what's the point? If the players don't know if Ollie's fully committed, it's his last year. I understand the whole argument. It's why we're trying to balance it. So I wanted to balance the Donny debate as well, because I do think that the media are trying to hype the pressure. And I do feel like without Manchester United, the media would be absolutely lost. They really would. Because that agent has come out today and just completely kiboshed their whole argument about what's in the papers and what's on Sky and what's being talked about on the radio this morning in one conversation. So maybe we should just look at it from a totally different perspective, from a different angle, and not go all in, because we have an agenda against Ole. Not everyone does, and there's not a lot of people on my channel here who do. I try and put that across as best as I can from my side of it. Obviously, guys, drop down in the comments and leave your comment below about how you see it. Have you, and would you look at it differently now an agent has come out and spoke? Because we're all ready to berate Paul Pogba when his agent comes out and say, well, he's letting his agent say this. His agent speaks for the player. So are we now in a position where we've got to say, look, Donny van de Beek, you know what I mean? We're not comparing two different subjects here. It's two Manchester United players. If we're going to berate Pogba's agent, why aren't we saying the same thing for Donny's agent, except Donny's agent has come out and just said, look, this is what we're doing. I'm speaking for Donny. This is how Donny thinks and feels. So, you know what? Instead of using it against the football club and Ole, and like we said, I don't agree with everything going on, but on this scenario, in this case, I do think we have to look at it from the agent's point of view and go, look, he's just cleared it all up. Donny's happy to fight. He knows what he needs to do. Yeah, he's underestimated the job. He's underestimated the power and the anticipation, the expectation of Man United. He said that. So for me, that's good. That's what I want to see. A player coming out and admitting it. An agent doing it. Dear God, what world is going on right now? What is happening? We've actually got a sense-talking agent. So, yeah, I mean, I wanted to get your points on that because we touched on it last night, and I've said all along, and I was worried this weekend. I made it quite clear at the Wolves game. Why is Fred playing? Why is Donny not getting his chance? What is Ollie doing? There's only going to be so much time these players will wait around, but it's quite clear what is going on behind the scenes is a bigger project with Ole and Donny. Donny may even outlast Ole. As crazy as that sounds, that probably... Oh, it's not crazy, actually, because that happens quite often, doesn't it? I mean, how many managers of the likes of Luke Shaw, Rashford, Martial had at Man United now? I mean, God, they're on third and fourth managers. That's how crazy that is. So, yeah, for me, I just wanted to get your opinions on it and put that out there just so everyone knows that, look, I'm not just listening to one story, I'm listening to every side of the story, and that's how I want to make it, and that's how I look at things, and I want to balance it and put it out there without an agenda or without a sort of narrative on a certain manager, player or whatnot. And I'd love to do that more, but we don't get as honest agents and interviews like we just got with Donny van de Beek's agent. So yeah, that's what I wanted out. I wanted to put it out there. I wanted to get your guys' opinions on it as well. So let me know. Drop your comments in below. Let me know what you think. If you haven't listened to it, it has been on the radio. I'm sure it'll be circulating on social media as well. But let me know what you think. And like I said, drop your comments below. Let me know. Guys, like, share, subscribe. As always, I will be back before weekend. And I will be back all over the place that weekend as well. There's loads coming up. I'm just waiting right now to find out what's happening with away fans in Champions League and Europa League and whatnot, because there's no away fans allowed at the moment. I think that decision's coming today, so waiting with bated breath, and then exactly how they're going to break it down, if we can actually go, if I can actually go. So yeah, we're waiting to see what happens there. But past that, we move on. Last night, record breaker, a United player in a Cristiano Ronaldo. Big up to CR7. It does look like he is going to get the number 7 shirt as well. I think United Stands did a video on that earlier as well, saying it does look now that Cavani's happy. It's only the Premier League who'll stop it. with Ronaldo coming back to the Premier League and the hype and the money that's going to bring to the Premier League. Are they really going to stand in the way of that happening? I doubt it incredibly. So looking forward even more. And it did, I think Mark did touch on it there as well. I caught the back end of it where he said Ronaldo's suspended for next week, so he gets a week off. Will he be able to come back to United earlier? It's going well. Let's hope, fingers crossed, all our other international players now don't come back with any injuries and we can kickstart the season for real against Newcastle. Now, looking forward to the next international games just to see how everyone else does. And then it's the build up to next week, innit? The excitement levels rise. See at 7. Cristiano is back. Viva Ronaldo! Oh, countdown is on, people. Like, share, subscribe as always. Guys, let me know what you think. Donny the Beek. It's not all that bad.